Okay, so I'm off to the races. Let me just start the tracking app.
Workout started. GPS on. Zone 1. Zone 0.
So this is going to be my warm-up. It is quite chilly today and I'm dressed for spring, not for the end of winter. But hopefully, once I get into the woods, I'll be warm enough. We'll just spend a few minutes meditating as I get into the groove, so to speak. So Mount Douglas, here we come. Pretty quiet in the morning today. It's about 8:30, I guess, maybe 9 o'clock. Since the strap broke on my Ironman watch, I don't carry a watch anymore. I can always do as the millennials do and look at my phone to know what the time is. I have been trying so very hard to figure out a good technique for recording my show when I'm away. So you'll probably just have to bear with me for a couple of episodes till I get a system that I can work reliably. Not that it's too important. As I always say to Norman, easy come, easy go. The shows are coming easier, thicker, and faster. But if I don't like them, out they go. I sent off my finally cleaned up submission to Kevin today for his spring show. I'm guessing it's going to come out midweek. So I should be around the 5-minute mark now. As I approach a crosswalk, which I won't have to stop for. Unfortunately,
Time 5 minutes. Distance 0.75 kilometers. Average heart rate 85. Workout average pace 6 minutes 39 seconds per kilometer.
I was just about to say, unfortunately, I won't be able to hear the cues from the Ice Smooth Run lady, but I just did, so that's okay. When I get into the woods, I'll be able to hear even better.
Zone 1.
Zone 1, I heard that. So I'm experiencing a little bit of rain here, light, cold rain.
Zone 2.
Which will also be abated when I get under the canopy.
Zone 3.
Hello, jogger coming through. Thank you. Hi. I always warn them, especially if they have their dog on a leash, because I could easily end up tripping myself up. So 1 kilometer done. So that would be the end of the music. Very soon I'll be off the asphalt and on the dirt.
Zone 4.
So I don't know if you know, but I got all my documentation back. I am now legal to cross most
Zone 3.
borders. I can fly in and out of Canada. So I'm now staring at Mount Douglas. No snow to be seen.
Zone 4.
Just a couple of walkers up ahead. They're probably going to take the trail. Yep,
Zone 3.
there they go. That's where I'm going to. I might have to stop in a minute and do my laces. I think the left one. Hi. I think my laces are coming loose as well. Yep.
You run every day?
Yep, near enough. I've probably seen you before.
I always walk.
You walk?
Can't run because of my knees. Yeah. Can't take the pounding.
You're from the Philippines?
Nope, China.
China, okay. I guessed wrong. I better get going. See ya. Have a good hike. He's from China. All right, so the next little acoustic landmark will be the weir, which will probably be quite noisy because of all the melt of snow. Yep, I can hear it. It's still not flowing over the top. It's flowing through the holes. So I'm holding the recording equipment in this case my iPhone 6 in its little sock, its little wind sock. Other than that little stop for my lace.
Time 10 minutes. Distance 1.48 kilometers. Average heart rate 133. Workout average pace 6 minutes 44 seconds per kilometer.
Other than my little stop, it's been quite a fast start to this outing as I run through the tree graveyard for the nth time. Lots of broken trees everywhere I look. Wow. I'm glad I wasn't here when this one came down.
Zone 3.
Zone 3. So I discovered something today which I was not aware of until today. That is that
Zone 4.
Your 5 Minute posted links to your shows normally involve 2 clicks
Zone 3.
to play. The first click gets you to Spreaker, and then you have to press the play button until it starts to tick. Once you see the numbers turning, once you see the seconds counting, then you're good to go. I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference to my listenership, but this way you can, in fact, listen while you're playing Scrabble on your laptops. You won't have to download and listen later when you're out running. Mind you can still do that. It's not as if I haven't had any response to my links, but things have changed recently in the last 2 months or so. They have tightened up a lot on sharing. I have also tightened up a lot on my own personal sharing. As I was saying to somebody, I will share other people's material if they produce it themselves, but I won't just share cute cat videos. I know they're nice, but I think we have enough of that going on. It's just self-perpetuating pap. I think I might call the episode that today, self-perpetuating pap. Obviously not in reference to our work, but to what is unfortunately appearing to be more and more the trend with social media. Way too much pap, way too much, you could say crap, but it's not really crap, it's pap, it's just fluff. And we should try not to perpetuate the pap. So this is the 2K. I'm on 5-minute reminders, so when they come, hello, when they come, they will be 5-minute intervals. So my next one will be 15. As I run along a little plank that somebody put down. So there's the 15. And I'm at Mount Douglas parking lot at the base of the mountain, running past the washrooms, which I should not need today. No need to take a drink, no need to take a leak. So Sunday, February is well on its way. I think we're up to the 24th, something like that. As I do a little bit of hiking here, just to catch my breath as I get to the road, which I will shortly have to cross. You will hear zone changes probably now. I won't. Because I have noticed if I turn up the volume on the phone to hear them, then everything gets a little too loud, including the girl for my smooth run. I'm hoping that I have all my sound levels adjusted. I spent at least an hour last night lying in bed checking. I think I was up to take 7 or take 8. Is he going to stop? Thank you. So now I'm on the wonderful Whitaker Trail, looping around towards the resort. I'm planning a little excursion today up to the top of Arbutus Mount. I don't have my gloves on. I should, because it's cool enough, but I don't, because I need to manipulate the telephone for this recording process. You may ask why I'm doing all this business with the phone when I had a perfectly good system worked out before with my Sony and my laptop and GarageBand. But after our last European experience, I did not want to risk losing or breaking or having my computer stolen once again. Getting to a traditional hike just around here. Up I go.
Zone 4.
I was trying to visualize this route in my head. I know a little bit further up there is a link that will take me to Norn, and then from Norn I can take another left fork to go up onto the ridge of Arbutus Mount.
Zone 3.
It is about 2.5 km from my home for the return. So when I get up there, I will check how the recording is going to see how much more time I have for you. Getting close to my turnoff. Another hike section here. Very soon I'll be turning away from the traffic from Cordova Bay Road. Yep, this is my turn right here. Checking on the new blowdown. I think a lot of this damage was more to do with the weight of snow on the branches more than the actual wind. It was pretty windy, but not enough to break the trees, but with a few hundredweight of snow on the boughs, that's what brought them down. Oops. As I wade through some broken branches. Heading up. Up. Now, I don't know how many of you guys use the Daily Mile, but if you do, you probably know they're closing down at the end of March. So we're all jumping ship. Most of us have multiple accounts. I know I have the iSmooth Run. I have, what else do I have? Strava. I have the Runkeeper, I believe. Okay, I'm now on Norn, heading across the hill rather than up it. By the time I get to Arbutus Mount, I will know which route I need to take to get me home with enough time on the clock for my show and for my 10 hours of activities. That was the reason that I liked the Daily Mile so much, because they gave me credit for all my training minutes, be they e-bike, running, walking, or hiking. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Hi. Hello, dog.
Sit.
There you go.
Sorry, she's a 10-month puppy still.
Is that right?
Racing around.
Yeah.
No barking. Sit.
That's okay. I'm used to dealing with dogs, but she took me by surprise because
Yeah.
she came on me so quickly.
Yeah, and she gets surprised by people who suddenly appear too, and we haven't met anybody for a while, and they suddenly loom on the path.
Have you been getting out most days these days?
Yeah, not always up here. I came up here the other day. Still a lot of ice and snow on the top.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm going to stick to the lower trails today.
Yeah, good idea.
Anyway, have a good hike.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, there you go. Another expatriate English lady.
Zone 3.
Zone 3. I think that was probably the excitement of being barked at by the dog. She certainly didn't look like a puppy. But it just goes to prove that when the weather gets bad, a lot of people don't get chances to take their dogs out.
Zone 3.
Oh, I think I heard the iSmooth Run say Zone 3. It's funny, since I've changed back to the familiar voice, I can hear it at much lower volumes than before when I had the Nigel guy. I just couldn't hear him. Firstly, because of his accent. Secondly, because I wasn't used to listening out for that
Time
sound.
35 minutes. Distance 3.39 kilometers. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 21 seconds per kilometer.
7:21. That's pretty good for a mountain run with the hikes that I've done. Hello. Hi, dogs. Good dogs. Hello. You see, those two were well behaved. They just looked at me and trotted on.
Zone 4.
Zone 4. As I step over another broken piece of lumber.
Zone 3.
I have to be careful here because if I continue that way, I'm pointing. If I continue that way, I'm now pointing with my head, I will miss Arbutus Mount because Arbutus Mount is this way and it's very, very close. It's not more than 100 meters from here. I just have to pick the right turnoff, which in this case will be to the left. There was a cut down that I could have taken up, but it meant bushwhacking a little more than this way. So I'm going to take this one to save having to climb through a lot of salal and broken trees. So before I forget, self-perpetuating pap. That should confuse the heck out of most of you when you see that pop up as the title. All right. So I'm now climbing, not quite hand over fist, but almost to get to the top, where I will take a lookout photo when I check my stats. Almost at the summit. I very seldom see people up here, especially in the winter. Oh yes, here I am, once again, on the top of the little mound, a rocky outcrop with arbutus trees, little nursery-sized trees. These aren't the huge ones from lower down. I guess there's not very much soil for the roots here. Okay, time for that photograph I was telling you about. And to check my stats. Excuse the sound of the phone coming out of its bag. I have to be so careful with squeezing the sides of the phone. So obviously I wasn't careful enough when I took the phone out of the bag when I was at the top of Arbutus Mount. I managed to stop the recording, so I ended up with 29 minutes, and I figured, well, I can piece up together a little bit more at home, and So this is the little patch that I made. So I'm not sure if I managed to record more than 29 minutes earlier on, so I'm just recording the outro here in case I missed it on the Spreaker app. I'm also recording with the phone just hanging around my neck, just to see how much of the closing noise I'm picking up. Probably a lot more than I think. So this is the Running Jackal on kind of confusing weekend in terms of technology. Wishing you all a fond farewell, bidding you all a successful week ahead for your training.
Time 45 minutes. Distance 5.54 kilometers. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 8 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer.
All right. Trying to work with cold hands is not easy.